This conference will now be recorded.
Last class, we've been talking about how to go ahead and create our infrastructure. If you remember that, we have to use Microsoft Visual Studio Code, any LWC components, right? So we installed LWC, we installed the CLI, we installed the Microsoft Visual Studio Code, we created the project. So let me open the project file, or I can see the project here itself, right? Project 96. All the recent projects are open, you can see that. So 96 in this folder, in your LT96 folder. I click on it, the project opens up. In this project folder, you would be able to see that yesterday, right, we created, right, a lightning component, right? We created a lightning component, as well as we created, right, not the aura. I'm not interested in aura, in LWC, right? We created in LWC. Is it the right project that I have opened?
98.
No, 98. Sorry, my mistake. 98. So let's open the 98 project. That's the reason I'm not able to see anything there. Okay, so I open the LWC 98 project. You can see that yesterday we created a component. Today, let's and learn how a variable can be used. Let's talk about it. Right? I'm going ahead and I'm writing some variables. How can I go ahead and use certain variables that can be used? Keep on watching, right? Let's go ahead. So Control Shift P, I will say create a lightning web component, right? System is now running the SFDS command line where you want to create a lightning component. So desired name. So I will say LWC underscore 2406 underscore EG1 underscore, right? That is nothing but your aura attribute. How can I define a variables so that I can go ahead and I can input a data, or I can go ahead and I can capture a data, right? Now let's go ahead and do. So you can see that I don't need the 23rd component. I'm on the 24th component, 24th example one. If you remember that Lightning LWC component bundle consists of 4. What are those? .html, that's where you do your thing. .js, that's where you write your controller or client-side scripts. JS-meta.html, that's where you go ahead and you give the position of the component, where this component has to be enabled. And the last one called as .css, which is for style, which we will see very soon. So now I go back to my right HTML. Here I will say my template. Oh, sorry, my name. Let's say that. My name. I'm in the template command. I'm saying my name. A text. And what I will do is that any variable is declared in a bracket. Name. In Lightning, we say v dot name, v dot emp name, v dot emp sal. But here directly name. Next, my age, right? What is this? What is the variable? AGEH. The font is small. Is it too small for you to see? Or it's okay?
It's okay,
Next,
sir.
my city, right? Just click on hide view everyone, or hide, what do you call it? There's a where you can see everyone name there if you're able to see. So change from view to hide everyone. Hide everyone. Automatically your the whole screen will grow big, right? Exactly above the screen, in the middle of the screen, towards the top, you will be able to see hide everyone, right? View everyone, right? So from everyone, change it to hide everyone. Automatically the screen goes big, right? Don't take much pain, right? It should be a full screen, almost. Clear everyone? Right. Now, let's go ahead. So, my city, my city. I will say city, city. I'm declaring those. I'm declaring those. Declaring those attributes. I'm declaring those attributes. Right? That's good. I'm declaring those attributes. Now what I'll do is that, keep on watching. Control S, save, no error. Right? Now, the next step is that, yes, tell me. So I declared an attribute. Attributes are directly declared. Here, we don't call them as attribute. We call them as what? Variables. Right? I can use lightning card. Inside the card, I can place it, by the way. LIGHT, light CARD card. Lightning card. Inside the lightning card, I will put this Control X. Lightning card. I'll say title. Title. Don't think that it is giving a suggestion. No, it's giving a title tag. There is in the light, there's nothing called, now we are not using a title tag, right? Inside TITLE, title equals to what? VARIABLE, variable EG. After each one of them, I'll have to give a break tag or a paragraph tag, BR, right? BR tag, or I have to give a break tag, right? After each line, right? I have to give a break tag, right? So now this is what my designing is, HTML. Now I go to the JS. In the JS, I do the programming inside this bracket. Enter. If you want, you can put it enter here. Do the programming here, right? Here. So I will say what? Name equals to. I'm declaring the data here. Name equals to RUPOM, Rupam, CHAK, RABORTY. Sorry. Name equals to Rupam. Next, what are the variables that we have declared? Age, Control C. I'm setting the value here. Age equals to, right? Age equals to what? I will say age equals to 35. Next what? City, Control C. I go to the city. City equals to what? Hyderabad, right? Because age is a number, it's not a text. I will put it straight. All the numbers are declared straightforward. There is nothing called default command. There is no command called aura attribute. Whenever you say name and you put in a bracket, that automatically becomes an attribute. That automatically becomes an attribute. Now I'm showing you primitive usage of primitive attributes in LWC. These are primitive data type. My salary can be decimal. These are primitive data type. My salary, primitive data type. I'm not, we'll come to the subject data type, collection data types, everything slowly, right? Here I will say that my salary, SAL, sal, Control S, right? Here I can go ahead. I can say SAL, sal equals to what? 50,000, 50,000.43 or 5,000.45. System will automatically understand depending on whenever you insert something on a text, system will take this as a text in a quotes. If you don't declare them as a quote, system will try to take them as a number. But if you're trying to put a text in a number, so for example, I remove the quotes from Rupam error. So Control S. Now I come to the variable exposed equals to true. For now, I will say save. Save. Then, right, let me go ahead and first authorize an org. Control Shift P. I will say authorize an org. What is that? A production org. Press enter. It is running the command, right? Because in between yesterday, I was showing this even into to the 91 batch. I was showing them. So I connected to some Sarika's org or someone orgs there, right? So now let me reconnect back to my original Rupam @ l96.com password CRM124 hash. I'm authorizing it org, right? When it comes org ran successfully, I can close this. Before deploying, check it once. Are you in the same org? Open default org. Where I'm deploying is a question. Where I'm deploying is a question. So now open the org again. Let's see what it opens up. Is it opening Rupam's org or it's opening some other org? It's opening 96 only. I can see LT96. Perfect. That means my Visual Studio Code is connected to LT96. Perfect. Now I will say Control Shift P. I will say deploy this to the source org. 2406 example1 variable. How to variable? You can see that it's running the deployment. Variable can be declared directly and later can be used directly. You don't need to declare any aura attributes or anything. Directly declare the variable in a curly bracket. Use the variable directly here, name equals to. You declare the variable where? Is it that I have to declare always here? No, you can declare here also. I can declare an additional attribute called as, right? Additional attribute called as, right? Let's say that salary, age, employee ID, EMP I can declare, but I'm not using it, right? Whenever you use, if you are using, definition is must. In the JS, it has to be defined. In the JS, it has to be defined. If you are not using, if you are defining it, not using it, no issue. But if you are using it, then the definition has to be there, right? Now let's go ahead and see our, let's log in, login.salesforce.com, right? Rupam @lt96.com, password CRM1234 hash. Right, let's open, let's wait. Now I click on my name, sorry, setup, developer console. I want to see the output of my LWC, right? Close it. Okay, perfect. Array, what happened? I said perfect and it's gone. Last and final time. And developer console. Okay, there we go. On the third time, I can see everything. Close everything. Right? Now, file, open what? The dummy app that I created yesterday. LWC dummy app. I will not create any more apps. I'll be using the same app every time. Dummy app. Right? I'll create the component there. I will come here and I will open the dummy app here. Application. What is the app what is the component we created? We created this component. Right click, rename, copy. I come to the developer console. I replace this name with this one. LWC 2406 example 1 variable control S. Review. Let's see how the component looks. See, name Rupam, age 35, my city Hyderabad, salary 5000.45. Aura attribute. Same thing in Lightning you do with what? Aura attribute. Aura attribute, right? Name of the attribute is name, type equals to text, default equals to Rupam. Name of the attribute equals to age, type is integer, default is 35. Name, right? See that here. Same thing I'm doing with LWC now. In LWC, we do in this way. There is no Aura attribute. Suppose I add one more, my EMP ID, my employee ID. Guys, able to understand? I'm showing you the replacement of Aura attribute. This is the replacement, employee ID. Is it that employee ID was set? No, I didn't give any default values. Right? No default values. No default values. Control S. Blank. Control Shift P. Deploy this to the source org. I'm deploying it. I'm going with the basics, guys. I'm going with the basics. Right? How to declare an attribute. Right? Now I directly come here and I press enter. Output. Right? Right? See, employee ID is blank. Because you didn't give any value. There is no default. How to assign a default? Whenever you go to the JS and you assign a value. Right. Now I want to override this value with a button. I want to override these values with a button. This is called Aura attribute with a default. The 4 attributes I created, right? We don't call attributes. We call them as variables. In Lightning, we call them as attributes. Here, we call them as variables. Everybody clear? If you have any questions, try to compare Lightning Aura with LWC. Try to compare Aura with LWC. The whole classes will be comparison. As I told you, output is same. Different way. We write we don't declare anything called as Aura attribute. What is that Aura attribute? It's a Aura language, Aura framework. Here we are using a universal framework. Tomorrow, if Aura attribute changes to something else, then the program will collapse. That is the reason we are no more using Aura attribute, we are using a variable. Everyone able to understand? Yes or no? Right? Now, with the Lightning button, I want to change this attribute values. Lightning button. Button start, button close. What is the button program? Right? What are the things that is available in the button? Label. Label equals to what I will, oh, sorry, label equals to what? Label equals to what is the question, right? Label. Double or single? Not single. Single is only
Double,
data. Double.
double.
Label. Label equals to what? Label equals to, right? Submit. I'm creating a submit button. Icon, you know it. I don't want, right? Right. On change, right? On change, right? I want to do something different. On change. When on chang. On change. On change. Oh, sorry. On click. Why on change? On click. Sorry. On click. On click. On click. On click what? Right? On click, we don't write like this. Even though it gives me, we always put in a curly bracket. You see, call me. On click, call me. This is the button. Where is the call me? Control C. Control S here. Even if you don't say Control S, no problem. You can save it later. Now here, I'm declaring call me. This is call me. This is how you write call me. This is how you write call me. Right? Everyone clear? Everyone clear? Right? Now, I want to change this name from Rupam to, let's say what? Right? I want to change this name from Rupam to Kiran. Right? Rupam to Kiran. How can I do that? Use this dot. Variables has to be referred with this dot. This dot name. This name. This dot name. This dot name I'm setting to what? I'm setting it to Kiran. Right? Kiran, Kiran, Kumar. This is how you change the variables. This dot. Whenever you want to use this variable in a programming, always use this dot. Don't directly say Kiran name equals to Kiran. It will not work. Right? You have to say this dot. Programming structure. This dot. Right? Age. Say I'm directly using age. Age equals to 27. Here I'm not using this dot. Wait. This dot city. This dot city equals to what? This dot city equals to Chennai. This dot, if I say caps, this dot, system will immediately change to lower camel. Case sensitive. Be careful. Right? This dot, right? Employee ID. Now, see that because I didn't declare a data, here name is a string. How did the system realize? Because there's a default value. System realize. I'm not saying name type equals to string. Now tell me employee, what type of data it will hold? Will it hold string? Will it hold text? Anything. It's a global data type now. It can handle anything because nowhere I have salary. Now can I say age equals to Rupam here? No, because already the default value of this is 35. 35 is a number. That means age is a number. Age is the integer field. System already understood it's an integer field. Here employee ID, I didn't declare any value, default value. So system is not able to understand whether it's a text field, whether it's a decimal field, whether it's a date field, whether it's a ID field, whether it's that, all the different data type that you have in primitive. That means I can use it with employee equals to 772299 E. E. As soon as I say E, right, it's a text. It has to be in the quotes. So your wish, right? This dot, this dot, this dot. Control S. Any changes I made? Control S. Every change that I make, I have to deploy. Control C. Deploy this to the source org. Deploy this to the source org. If there's an error, it will not get deployed. If there is error in the programming, it will not get deployed. It will show you the error. Rupam, how do I know whether there's error or not? The deploy will be failed and system will show you on the screen there is an error. Right? Fine. Deployment is done. Now I go ahead with the same component so I can directly go ahead and see the output. Press enter. Now you can see that there's a button. I click the button. There's an error. See that? Right? Why? Right? Age not defined. Age not defined. Age not defined. See, name Kiran Kumar got changed. But as soon as it came to the age, it gave an error. The city should have changed from Hyderabad to Chennai. The employee number should have changed from null to 777. But system is reading line by line. As soon as it came to the age, it got error. As I told you, what was the reason? The age has to be this dot. This dot. This dot age. Now I'm using caps. Clip on watching. Control S with the caps. Control S with the caps. Control C. So whenever there's a variable is declared, you have to use what? This dot. This dot. This component variable. We'll talk about other component variables later. How to call other component variable as we go inside, we'll see. Now, as of today, whenever you want to refer a variable, you have to say this dot. This dot. This dot. Right? The event this ran successfully. Let's go ahead. Press enter. Right? As soon as I click the button, right? See, this is not defined. Now it says this is not defined. As I told you, case sensitive. See, this is there, but this was what? A upper camel. System is giving an error that this was not defined. So be careful, guys. Another challenge that you'll have. This dot age. Control S. Now everything fine. Whenever you declare a variable, to use a variable, you have to use this dot. Everybody clear? Everybody clear? Right? How to declare a variable? How to use a variable? How to declare a variable? How to use a variable? This dot. This dot. This dot name. Right? This dot name. So that's good. Control S, Control Shift P. Deploy this to the source org. Deploy this to the source org. Every time you have to do the deployment. There is no other option. Done. The deployment was successfully done. Now next time when I say it works fine. It works fine. I refreshed it. I hit the submit. See, everything got changed. Kiran Kumar, age 27, city Chennai, employee ID 776677 with a button. Change. Right? Same feature, you can do it with lightning component. Using what? Using aura attribute. Using button. In a button, you will write this. There you have to say, right? Component.set. Whenever you want to pass a data, you use what? Component. Here, no set. Here, no set. Directly assigning the value. I'm showing you the differences between a lightning component and lightning web component. Lightning component with aura. There's component.set name, comma Kiran Kumar. So name field has to be set, name attribute has to be set with Kiran Kumar, right? There you have to declare the attribute first, then use it. Here, no need of declaring any attribute. Directly I can use the attribute directly. Here also declaring is there, but where? In the JavaScript we're declaring. There we declare within the template, within the aura component, we declare aura attribute. Guys, able to understand? Yes or no? Yes or no?
Yes,
Cool.
sir.
Perfect. Right. That's really good. Things going good. Slowly. I'm not taking you drastical insight. I'm trying to explain you slowly, right? How to declare a variable like this. You have to declare a variable in LWC, right? Okay, Rupam, that sounds interesting. Okay, let's go further. Let's go further. Let's go further, right? Okay, okay. Now, Rupam, I want to have an input. These are all the data I'm declaring. The output is how the output is coming up. It's pre-declared. Pre-declared. I want to calculate two numbers. I want to calculate two numbers. I want to calculate two numbers, or I need to get the value of two numbers, right? What can I do? How can I do this, right? How can I do this? Let's go ahead and see, right? Let's go ahead and see, right? So next example. Everyone clear with this? I'm closing this example. How to declare a variable? Now I will declare a variable and I'll use as an input. For example, aura, right? Lightning input. Value equals to the attribute. If you talk about lightning, right? Lightning input. Label equals to enter employee name. Value equals to v dot exclamation v dot emp name. What is that emp name? It's an attribute. Aura attribute. Label equals to emp name. Type equals to text. You declare first, and then when you create an input, when you put an input field, you assign that input field value to that attribute. Same thing I will do now. Control Shift P. Create a new Lightning Web component. LWC hyphen 2406 hyphen EG2 hyphen input. Input. Enter. Enter. It's creating a Lightning Web component. See the programming difference. Everything, nothing aligned with the programming that you've learned with in, right? Server-side controller, completely different. Events, completely different. Aura methods, completely different. LDS, completely different. Nothing will match to your Lightning classes that you have learned. Completely different. That is the reason it is a different course, because you're learning a complete different technology, complete different programming, right? Now I'm an example two. I will go to the HTML, right? Example 2, HTML. Right. Let's see. Let's go ahead. Lightning card. Oh, no. Lightning card. Lightning card. Equals to title. Title equals to. Title equals to what? I will say, right? INPUT input example. Title equals to input example. I will directly use Lightning input here. Lightning input, right? Here, label, label, label equals to Enter EMP name. Enter employee name. What type of input? Type equals to. Type equals to what? It's a text. Type equals to what? Text. There we say what? In Lightning, what do you say? Type equals to or attribute. Type equals to. Do you say text or a string?
String.
String. Now you see that I'm not using the word string. There's a difference, guys. Some differences, right? Text, string, right? String. Input, right? String. That's really good, right? Type equals to string. Name, right? Name. Here there's something called as name. Name of this input field is what? I will say NAME name, employee name, no? So name. This is how we declare Lightning input. This is how we declare Lightning input. This is how we declare Lightning input, right? This is how we declare Lightning input, right? Perfectly fine. I'll copy this. Wait. Am I assigning to any attribute? Employee phone, employee salary, employee city. It's phone. Name of the attribute is salary. Name of this input, whatever the data that is coming in, I'll be calling it as city. Name equals to city. Name, name, name. Right? Name, name, name. Clear now? Right? Perfectly fine. Okay. Control S. Any changes? Nothing. That's good. Any programming? For the moment, I'm not writing anything. I go to the input.meta.js, so js.meta.xml. I set true. Expose equals to true. There, I will write one more. Targets. 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 What is that? TARGT, right? As targets. 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 Control C. Control V. Targets. Inside the targets, right? You have to say target. Target lightning __ app page. I will say target, right? TARGET, target. Target what? Target. Target. Where do you want this component to be displayed? I want this to be on the record page. LIGHT lightning __ double underscore guys. RECORD record PAG. Target equals to lightning record page. Target equals to lightning record page. Target equals to lightning record page. For the moment, lightning record page, right? Control S. Now I will deploy it. Control Shift P.
Can you check the spelling of true under is exposed?
Oh, okay. Don't worry. Let's see what it does. Wait. Right. It deployed successfully. Didn't give an error. TRUE true. Control S. Control Shift P. Redeploy it again. Actually, if that is currently, if it's false also, not a problem. I can still get output through the app. but I'll not be able to see in record page. Done. I right click on my rename. I say copy. I go, I change it. Yeah, Control S. You can put both also together, but anyhow, I don't need both. You get it like date input. See, same thing. I enter the data. Rupam, RUPOM, Rupam, right? Phone number 777. Salary 250. Oh, it'll be right. It'll be taken as text. I made some mistakes there in the programming. Everywhere I declared as what? Right? Type is text. Phone or salary. Salary, is it a text? It's a number. Enter date of birth. Let's take example. Enter date of birth. Type equals to what? Type equals to date. Type equals to what? Type equals to date. Careful on your spellings. Date, D should be small. So date, right? Employee salary number. My phone is a text. Two text, one number, one date. Control C. Control Shift P. Deploy this to the source org. Right? Deploy this to the source org. Right? Now I go here. I click on preview. Wait. See that date is coming as a date field. Date, because if I declare the type as a date, system will show as a date field. See? I don't like this whole big. Can I use layout? Yes, you can. I'm going to my LWC. Inside this, I will say lightning, LAY, layout. Inside layout, I will have layout item. Layout, right? Lightning hyphen layout hyphen. See, now whenever you don't know, it's not suggesting, because right, light it right below here. Lightning, see, layout item. Item has a dash. That's exactly what I was trying to give there. Lightning layout item has a dash. Control X. I'm using it inside. Lightning layout item. See, then I will put this. Control X. Same as my lightning development only. Is my LWC development is changed? No, it's same as that, but the syntaxes are changes. Oh, see, there we go. Here, what are the variables? Right? Lightning layout item. Size. You remember there's a size. Size equals to how much? Size equals to 4 or 6. I'm reducing the size. Layout item size. Control S. Control Shift P. Deploy to the source org. Deploy to the source org. Right? Deploy to the source org. So there we go. Right. Now let me go ahead and check the output. Right. See, it comes up small. I've changed the size as usual. You can create one more layout and you can put it there, another, right? You can do one more layout. You can put it on there. Now, the question is that, Rupam, let's go ahead. Let's go ahead. How can I assign this name? All the input are identified by this name. By this name. Can I go and directly use this name? Name, right? Can I go ahead and directly use this? I close this. I go to my JS. This is the programming. Can I directly say name? Name equals to what? Name equals to what? RUPM Rupam. If I assign this, do you think that's name form will load? Let's see. Control S. Right? Control C, Control S. I go ahead. Oh, I have to deploy this. Control Shift P because I made a change. Every change has to be deployed. Every change has to be deployed. Right, there we go. Right, I come here. I refresh my screen. See, the value is not coming up. I want the form to be pre-populated with a default value. Right. Okay. Right, Rupam, let's go. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Value equals to what? Name. Value equals to name. Value equals to name. Where I'm typing, I'm typing a wrong location. Control X. Yeah. Value equals to name. Control S. Control Shift P. Deploy this to the source org. Right. Value equals to name. So I go here, refresh the screen. Let's see. See that? Rupam populates there. Value equals to name. Whenever you want to populate a value from there, then we use value equals to name. The same thing the way you use value equals to v exclamation v dot attribute or attribute emp name. Here it's name because I have declared a name here. Name equals to Rupam. That's the reason it's loading. We don't say default. We don't use default. Default keyword is not used anywhere. Name. Rupam, then what is this name? This is Aura ID. This is Aura ID. Whatever this name you're able to see, phone, it is ID. Aura ID Sal, Aura ID employee. You can find a value by ID. You can get a data, an input page data in Lightning. How do you get it? There are two ways. One is that you declare an attribute, right? You assign the attribute. You assign the attribute to that, you assign the attribute to that input, and later you go to the controller and say component.get. Otherwise, you can get the data by ID or ID directly without. For 100, you cannot declare 100 variables like this. I cannot declare name, age. I don't know whether I have given age or not. What I've given here, right? Phone. Sorry, phone is again a text. There I've given. So phone. I cannot like this. I cannot declare, right? 7777. Right. Then what I will do? I will say value. I cannot do this every time. I cannot declare a value. That is the reason what we did. It is phone phone. You can say phone one. There also have to say phone one. That is the reason this name is aura attribute. Sorry, aura ID. You can either go by value without declaring the name. Without declaring the name, Control S. Phone number equals to 777. Control S. So you can exchange a data between the component and JavaScript in two ways. Using an ID called as name or using value. In the first one, right, in both I'm using value, you name, because whenever you're using by name, then there's a long process. Value equals to phone. So I go ahead, I say Control Shift P, deploy this to the source org. Second one, phone doesn't have name. That means aura ID is not declared. Name is the replacement of aura ID. Name is the replacement of aura ID. You can find an input. You can find an input data by two ways: by aura ID component.find or component.get. When you use component.get, by attribute. By attribute in Lightning, you use component.get. Without declaring an attribute, you can say component.find. Here, name is component.find type. Value is attribute based. That means here we call them as variable. I go ahead, I enter. See, that means whether I declare the name, whether I don't declare the name, doesn't make anything. So for today, I'm removing the name from everywhere. But tomorrow's class, I will go by name. I'm just going by value, 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 value. Now, right, value equals to, right, what is this? Value equals to SALARY, salary, right? What is this? Date of birth, DOB, value equals to DOB. Here I have to declare SALARY. What is that? SALARY. Fine. Next, DOB, DOB, declaring it, right? Declaring it. See, I'm not entering any salary is a number. I'm two defaults, but in this I'm not entering. In the second one, blank, no default values. Form will load with Rupam. Salary it will not load. Salary it will not load. Now I will put a lightning button, right? In this lightning BUTTON button. Lightning button. Label. Label equals to calculate. On clicks. On click. On click what? Right? I want to put a button. On click. Directly show. Show me. Right? Directly show me. Any problem? You cannot self-close it. In LWC, you cannot. But when in Lightning component, we can self-close. Here you cannot. Single close. Here you cannot. Right? Lightning button has to be closed. Right? Label equals to this. Label equals to this. Always you have to have a closing tag. If the closing tag doesn't come, then you have to put a manual closing tag like this. You cannot self-close it. In LWC, no self-closing. Everything should have, for example, input. See, I can put a backslash here, but no. Right? Control S. Now I'm going here. Show me. See whether it works or not. Right? I will declare one more. Final salary. Final sal. One more I'm declaring. Variable. That I will use it here. I will put in the under card. Sorry, under layout. lightning layout item, another layout item, Control X, that's lightning layout. I've closed it, right? Hey, just give me. Okay, there we go. Right? Show me. I'm going Control S, input show me. Here, whenever you click the button, right? Oh, sorry, I was doing something there, right? Lightning layout, layout item, second layout item, right? I'm doing this second layout item, second layout item. What is this? I will say the final salary of the employer is what? Is the variable. What variable? Final sal is the variable final sal. That's it. Control S, coming here. Now let us calculate the final sal. Question is that can we do it or not in this way is the question. Let's try. I mean, I'm trying to compare, right? So whatever the data that is entered, it is there where it's, I will say var variable, var. I will declare a var, right? Here, rather than var, we mostly declare constant, const. In Lightning web component, the practice is constant. We can declare a variable, guys, not a problem. But mostly I've seen the practice, even in Salesforce, you can see that it says const. Constant A is equals to, what is that? Salary. This dot salary. Constant A equals to this dot salary, right? Then const, no, why constant? Directly, final salary, this dot final salary is equals to a into 2, multiplying into 2. Constant A fixed equals to this dot salary. Whatever the salary that was entered. This dot final salary is equals to A into 2. That means if I enter 50,000, my salary will be, final salary will be 1 lakh. Let's say that. Control S. Will it work or not is a question now. Let's see. Right? Salary. Correct. Final sal. Perfect. Come here. Set it to true. Oh, it's already true. Control S. Go anywhere and deploy this to the source org. Let's see what happens. Perfect. It got deployed. I come here. I press enter. Refreshing. The final salary is, I enter the salary as 2123. I click on calculate. What I'm getting? Nah.
Not a number.
Not a number. Right? Not a number. Right? Why? Let's see the mistakes that we made. Right? So, final salary. Okay. Let's do one thing. Salary equals to, as the page loads, I'm setting the default salary to 2. Oh, 5. Control S. Control Shift P. Deploy to the system. Let's assume that the system is not able to understand whether it is a number field, or then we can say %. Before we say %, right? %. This dot salary. Salary is a number field only I declared. Salary is a number field only I declared. Okay, then in that case it should be good. Let's come here. Form will load with what? Oh, employee sal. It's not coming up. Why? Employee sal. It's not coming up. Let's go ahead.
In the final salary, it's came, right? We have to enter the salary.
Oh, sorry, I gave it in final sal. My mistake. Sorry. I should have given in salary equals to 5. Salary equals to 5. I'm just declaring. Final sal equals to, right? Let's say that 10. I'm just declaring some. Control S. Control Shift P. Deploy this to the source org. Some numbers I'm declaring. Let the page load with some numbers. I can put 0, 0 also. Just to let the system know that this what type of field it is. It is a number field. Enter. System will load with default 5 there. Now I change the salary from 5 to 2000. I click on calculate. So that nothing is happening. Neither this button is calculating the value. Nothing is happening.
Sir,
Nothing is happening. Yes.
we did not declare whether final salary is number or text, so it is taking default value that as 10.
Right. So that is the reason that I put the final salary as 10. No, we didn't declare it. I know this.
Yes, sir. That is taking only default value. What we are declaring in program, that only it is taking. It is not getting changed, right?
It's not getting changed. Good call it out. Good call out. Whatever we have done, it's not taking. Right. It's not taking. Right. So, right. Let's say that. Okay. If you tell me in that way, right, then final, right, equals to, right. Let's say that you want. Then let's take if it's a number problem, then name A.
One thing is here, after phone, you did not put semicolon. Will that affect?
Yeah, somebody pointed it out correctly. It will 100% affect, guys. Why not? Control S. Control S. It will, right? Be careful when things are not working, right? But this is not the right way to do that. Tomorrow I'll show you what's the correct way. We have to take event-based capturing has to be done, right? Event-based capturing. There are 2 ways to capture: event-based capturing, non-event based. We'll come to those concepts slowly, one by one. Now, first, today's class, let's do some dummy things. 5, 50, calculate. Still, it's not. I say calculate. Still, it's not multiplying 50 into 2. Right? Even though I have put there, still it's not multiplying 50 into 2. A into 2. What is A? This dot salary. Now automatically. In other words, right, the salary that you're entering is not getting assigned to this. Not getting assigned to this. Not getting assigned to this. You will be using this concept I was about to come tomorrow, but anyhow, track. Here, import track. Track. You will say salary @track. @track salary. @track. Whenever there is a data change, you want to capture the change. We use track. We use track. Without a track, I mean, actually, this all I should start tomorrow, but anyhow, right? I'll give you very details about what is a track. Any data change will be captured by track. Whenever you put a track, it will be keep on tracking that field. Change happened? Yes. Oh, all the changes, because see, it loaded with 5. You're removing 5 and you're saying 50. There was a change in that field. You're changing it to 2000. The change is there. You have to capture with track. All the change in the fields are captured with track. Where do you put it? We put it in the first line called track. Track variable. Types of variable, right? API variable, track variable, right? Track variable. What is a track variable? Variable that changes. We call them as track variable. Now, okay, Rupam, concept is good, right? Will I be able to write, let's say, Control Shift P, deploy this to source org? Will serve the purpose? I'm tracking the salary, right? I should have taken final also. Final also I should have put in track, because that is also changing from 10 to 20, right? Let's put @track, Control S, Control Shift P, deploy this to the source org. See, new things coming up. Track, @track, right? Whenever a data or a variable changes, to change the data, the change in the data to be captured, we use track, right? So I press enter, right? I say 50, I say calculate. See, the track is also not helping. In single word, any change that happens here, it's not passing. In other words, any change that you're doing in the template is not been passed to the input. It has not been passed to the JS. But anything that you do in the JS is been passed here. It's not a vice versa, right? Paint. Currently, you can see that. What is happening? Whatever the data change happens in the template, this is the template. Template means the design. Template. Here is the JS file. This is the JS. JS means the controller. JS. Right? Whatever the date, it is one direction only at this moment, like this. Here you set a default, immediately it's going there, but this piece is not working. Whatever you enter here, it is not coming here. This piece is not working, right? This piece is not working. That means when the template loads, if I put 5, it loads with 5. But when I change the number, I put 2, it loads with 2. When I change the 5 to 50, right? That 50 change is not coming inside. That means the data is not coming inside, right? I take 5 on the output, that it displays 5. Now I change the 5 to 50. That is not going inside. For that, we have to use target.value. Tomorrow's class, we will discuss how to take this value inside a component, inside controller. Today, it's only one direction, controller to here. But whenever you want to get from a component to a controller, I'm talking in Lightning language now, right? We have to use target.get, event.target.value. Then only you'll be able to get the value, right? There are two ways: declaring an event, and without declaring an event also you can do that. Event.target.value, right? But you have to use event.target.value mandate. Without that, you cannot. To get this data, you have to use what? Target.value. Target.value. We have to use an event, one system event, event.target.value. Then only it will listen that 50 and it will bring it inside. Constant A equals to event.target.value. constant A equals to event.target.value. Clear now? We will do this tomorrow. I'll talk about it. And then the importance of name comes into picture. I require to have an ID. In the first line, I have a name. Second line onwards, there is no name. I remove it. I told you name is not as what? Aura ID. So tomorrow's class, this all will be cleared. Today, we have just seen how to create a basic, declare a basic variable, how to calculate the variable within the controller, and then pass it to the template. Template is nothing but component. Pass it to the template. Template displays it. However, we have declared input, but we are not able to utilize the input because we need to understand the event concept. Then only we can go forward in this. Clear now? Yes. So tomorrow's class, guys, everyone able to understand what's happening? LWC, yes or no? Yes or no? 50% able to understand? Yes, yes, no.
Yes, sir.
Right? Sending
Yes, sir.
from a controller to template is easy, just simple. Whenever you are getting from a template to the controller or template to the JavaScript or JS file, it is different. You can't get just like that. We have to use. Sending is easy, simple, right? You put variable, declare variable, and use the variable there if you take it. Right? So tomorrow we will see this. That's it for today. Let's meet tomorrow on the same link. We'll continue with that. So till then, have a nice and wonderful day, guys. Slowly getting little confidence how to create an LWC components now. Very frankly, if you are able to show in the interview, at least this all simple thing also, if you are able to show, right, that just draw a diagram saying that this is the component will have 3 files by default. .html in the page itself, draw this that there are 3. Click on HTML, put a heading HTML and start writing like this. .js, put a heading, start writing. If you're able to show this behind your resume in writing, this much, right, you will start getting confidence on you. So many things are there now to learn, but anyhow, right, everybody should get a confidence now, right? Started writing a basic components. Yes or no, guys? Getting little confidence? Yes or no? 3 days class, what confidence, sir? But at least first time you have writing a lightning web component. We will continue this class tomorrow, right? Slowly we will go down. Next week we will go down. There are a lot of things to cover here. Don't think this is just I can say not even a 1% what we are in today. It's a huge thing and it's completely different. If you think that, right, now I know how to write LWC. No, you're wrong. This program is completely different. How can I call a client side controller? How can I display the data in a table? Do I have a lightning table? No. Here it's completely different. How can I declare a column in a table? Here you just cannot declare a column command, right? No. Completely different things will be appearing here, which I'll be showing you. So thank you guys. Have a nice and wonderful day. Bye-bye guys. Let's meet tomorrow, same time. Good day. Take care.